With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series fires things off just outside of the neon lights of Sin City. That's right, Las Vegas Motor Speedway hosting race number 3 here in the second season of 2021. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the trackside. Weather looks sweet out here tonight in the desert. 77 degrees, 80-degree track temperature, so track gonna have a lot of grip for these drivers as they jump out there on track during this 10-minute qualifying session. Few handful of drivers out there already trying to put down their time lap. Looks like we've got a field of about 32 drivers here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Coleridge Finmore, winner of race number 1 this season. He's in the field. Chris Dean went to victory lane last week at Bristol Motor Speedway. He's back on the track once again. Craig Bell, will he be able to pull off another podium? 2 solid podium finishes for that 14 of Bell. Will he be able to make a return to the podium, possibly walk away with 1 spot better in a checkered flag here tonight? Jason Dalton going to go top of the speed charts for the time being. We'll go ahead and throw that qualifying information up there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along just like we do right here in the production booth. And Mike Grandy Sr. going to take the top spot. Quick time in qualifying here tonight so far. 33.92 by Mike Grandy in the 12 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. David Rogerson going to go second on the speed charts. Brian Dorsey, Jeff Sharp, Tyler Beeman, Andrew Caldwell. They're all out there on the track. Got a few drivers just sitting in the cars right now. Zach Shahalis, Jerry Isaacs. He's going to go ahead and pull off of pit road. Looks like Paul Turner hanging out around there by his machine. We should see him out on track here very shortly. Colby Tucker gonna steal it. Second time lap, he's gonna go a little bit quicker, 33.89. He's gonna grab the pole position for the time being. Andrew Caldwell going fourth. And Jason Dalton, who was once your pole sitter, now outside of your top 5. He's sitting in 60. 11 drivers on the speed charts. Jerry Isaacs ready to turn in his first time lap. Todd Neese in the 60 Ford Mustang. He's going to jump out there on track as well, as we've just passed the 3-minute mark here in qualifying. We'll go ahead. I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and do some official business here. We'll leave those times up to the left-hand side of your screen. Coming into tonight's race, there's your championship standings. Coleridge Fenmore, top of the board. 1 race win in his back pocket. Leads the field by 12 points. Craig Bell sitting right there in second. Tyler Beeman, Todd Neese, and Zach Shahalis going to round out your top 5. Shahalis already sitting 20 points back. So from here on back through the running order, through this point standings, you're going to start to see some of these drivers beginning to get a little bit out of touch. Scott Crouch right there in the 18th points position. He's already almost 40 points out. Looks like he's 46 points out to be exact. But already beginning to stretch his legs in the point standings is Fenmore. Fenmore was fast last season. Walked away with 8 race wins. He's got 1 already. Will he head back to victory lane here tonight, as Todd Neese gonna put the Mustang top of the speed charts? Quick time here in qualifying for Neese, 33.74. Bradley Beeman, Dave Sanders, Paul Turner, they're out there getting up to speed on their out laps. 15 drivers now on the speed charts, while Dave Sanders in the 77 goes slowest on his first time lap. We'll have to see if he can pick that up. How about Eric Moore? He's out there on his time lap. Chris Wold also getting up to speed. Why don't we jump down there with that Budweiser Select 32 of Wold? Why don't we take a ride around the track inside the cockpit with one of our onboard cameras here tonight? Let's jump on board here with Chris Wold. What do you say? Wold gonna cross the line. I do believe that's gonna be his out lap. He's still yet to put down his first time lap there. You can see him hugging that wall. Gonna run it on the high side here in 1 and 2. Dave Sanders gonna move from slowest to fastest on the board. 33.5. He separates himself from everybody. Sanders now your pole sitter here. Riding along board with the 32 of Chris Wold. Where's he go? First time lap. A little bit slower than the second time lap. That's what it's the trend here tonight. And Wold, he's going to go slowest with his first time lap. See how much he can pick up here on this second one. All the way down to the white line. He'll run it back out to the wall off of 2 down the back stretch. Heading back into turn number 3. Will come back across the stripe this time around. Where's he going to shake out with his second time lap? Great run by Wold, but he's only going to improve to 16th, so he needs a little bit more speed. Searching for a little bit more out there on the track. 21 drivers now on the speed charts. Coleridge Finmore going to crank the car up. He's going to go out there on track. Cole Gray, he's already out there on track. Andrew Koska, slowest with his first time lap. Trevor Ryan breaks inside your top 10. A lot of quick fire action here tonight from the track at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series right here under Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues. That's right. You can find them on Facebook as well as the iRacing.com league directories. If you're looking to hook up with a fast group of fine drivers, check out Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues right here on iRacing.com. The world's #1 racing simulator. Finmore yet to put in his time lap. Patrick Stein going to go slowest with his first lap. Cole Gray, Zach Shahala still yet to put in their time lap. 25 drivers now on the speed charts with Dave Sanders sitting at the top of the speed charts. Provisional pole right now belongs to that 77 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Sanders with a 30.356 in qualifying here to take that pole right now. Coleridge Finmore going to go 23rd with his first time lap. We've still got 5 or 6 drivers yet to put in their time lap, so the field will be upwards of 30 drivers when we get back trackside and ready to go back. Green flag racing once again here for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Finmore only gonna jump to 4th, and it doesn't look like anybody else is gonna be able to put down a time lap in time to dethrone Sanders at the top of the speed chart. So we're gonna step away for just a brief commercial break and then head trackside for your national anthem, then your starting lineup. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
trackside as we get set to bring you your starting lineup here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, race number 3 for the Wheels 4 Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Bells chiming in the background, you know those sounds. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup. Inside row number 1, snatching the pole position here tonight with the fast time in qualifying, a 33.53, the 77 of Dave Sanders. Todd Neese in the 60 Ford Mustang gonna line up just to his outside. Back in row number 2, the 96 of Colby Tucker and the 1 of Coleridge Finmore. Mike Grandy, Dave Rogerson back in row 3, row number 4 here tonight, the 24 of Zach Shahalis and the 5 of Eric Moore. Jeff Sharp back in the 9th position, rounding out your top 10, the 18 of Trevor Ryan. Row number 6, the 34 of Tom Richter and the 46 of Andrew Caldwell. Row number 7, the 78 of Bob Rogerson, followed by the 47 of Andrew Koska. Craig Bell will round out your top 15 inside row number 8, just to his outside, the 51 of Jerry Isaacs. Cole Gray, Jay Morris back in row 9, row 10 tonight, Jason Dalton and Brian Dorsey. Last week's race winner, Chris Dean, gonna slot in that 21st starting position, Bradley Beeman. Just to his outside, row 12, the 32 of Chris Gold and the 91 of Tyler Beeman. Rest of your field looks a little something like that, and we're gonna get ready to go green flag racing for the first time here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. iRacing base car ready to dock on off. Here we go, back green flag racing once again here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. A little off on the timing there, Dave, but Sanders gonna get on the gas, up through the gears. Finmore all over him, already stacked up going into turn number 1 as Sanders took that outside lane. Todd Neese gonna enjoy the inside run. He's gonna go ahead and snatch the race lead off of turn number 2. Already one lead change, and we're just down the backstretch for the first time here tonight. Stacking up a little bit now that Neese has stepped away. Finmore, Sanders going at it. There's the 12 Hallmark. I'm sorry, not Hallmark. Hallmark. 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. Colby Tucker tucked in right behind him. And now look at Finmore charge to the bottom and take the race lead. That's going to give us our 3rd different leader of the race here tonight so far. Quick pace here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Drivers stacking up. Now Neese going backwards. Stacking up with each other. But you can see multiple drivers still side by side jockeying for position back through this pack. 46 of Andrew Caldwell. There you can see him and his Sirius XM Toyota Camry trying to make up some ground on the inside. We got a fellow Toyota driver behind him. That's the 51 of Jerry Isaacs. Craig Bell trying to make his way up through the field as well. Bell sits back in 14th. Drivers still side by side racing here. Eric Moore stuck on the high side. Number 5, Trevor Ryan right there. Jerry Isaacs, Andrew Caldwell, Crank Bell. You're watching the 78 of Bob Rogerson under fire from that 22 of Jason Dalton. Dalton up 3 positions from where he started tonight's race. Not much going on. Finmore having a bite off. Mike Grandy Sr. right now, that Hallmark number 12. Fast here tonight as we've got 4 fast bow ties at the front. followed by 1 Ford, and a slew of bow ties back all the way to the 12th position. Your highest running Toyota Camry in the field here tonight so far, the 51 of Jerry Isaacs. Shahada's going to get by Chris Wold in the 24th position. Now Jay Moore is going to get by Chris Wold. Wold seems to be having a little bit of struggles here. Falling back through the field as now Paul Turner also going to put the 4 up and around him. Going to drop 4 positions from there starting tonight's race. Andrew Caldwell also dropping 6 positions. So we've got a few drivers heading to the front, but a few dropping to the rear. Close little moment there for Jerry Isaacs as he almost got into the back of this 37 of Dave Robertson. Gave up a little bit of momentum, and there you can see that 14 of Craig Bell. Colonial Riders on the paint scheme was supposed to be there last week at Bristol Motor Speedway, but unfortunately, looks like the wrap may have came off in qualifying, so we didn't quite get to see the sweet ride that 14 of Bell's sporting out there. It's on car tonight. He's moved up 3 positions from where he started back in 15. He now sits in 12. Small battles back here towards the tail end of the field, or mid-pack, I should say. There's Bob Rogerson still on the screen, still trying to run down Crank Bell, as Bell's all over that 37 now, just behind them. You can see a little impartial to that paint scheme right here. That Wheels for Warriors USA 43 machine. That thing looks beautiful out there. That bright turn 3 arch, and almost contact there between the 43 and the 22. Sporting the turn 3 logo on the side, like it. How about the 88 of Cole Gray? He had a great run going last week at Bristol Motor Speedway, and then right there towards the end of the race, it kind of all fell apart for him. He's looking to have a much better finish than what he did last week. Gray moving up through the field, he sits in 16. Just about a 2/10 of a second advantage over Mike Grandy Sr., who still sits in second. Third place now belongs to your pole sitter, Dave Sanders, a 77, dropping off pace down the backstretch on the first lap of the race as Sanders possibly just playing it safe here as we watch the riders still side by side racing, trying to jockey for position. Watching the battle just around that 20th position here. Tyler Beeman, Zach Shahalis right there as well. Cody Richardson, Eric Anderson sitting in the 18th position. Big stack up right here. A lot of cars, 6 on screen. Go ahead and make it 7 as there you see that 92 of Bradley Beeman in the Rays Energy Machine. He's starting to come up into the picture. He'll be in the mix here in just a few moments. Right there for the 91. Tyler Beeman has a bit of a moment, and I believe that is the Madsen Racing machine on the track here tonight on board with that 91 of Beeman. Tell you what, why don't we get ourselves a little closer look here? Well, Dave was wrong. We're not sure what that one was. Rolex 24 of Zach Shahalis starting to make his way up through the field. He's got the outside run. He'll get around the 92 of Bradley Beeman. Beeman trying to keep that Rays Energy Ford Mustang running around the bottom. A little bit of a bobble right there. He'll come up the track just a little bit. Now we're going to go a little further up the track. How about this battle between the 18 of Trevor Ryan and the 47 of Andrew Koska. Koska out there in that 47 machine. And they both Richter running right behind him. Richter coming into tonight's race outside of the top 10 in the points, outside of the top 15 to be a matter of fact, after missing one race so far this season. Richter, last year's season champion, and he's going to have to find a way to somehow get a little bit more speed out of the car as he is back through the field inside the top 10 now of 14. He is still the season champion, you would like to think that, well, you can control your own destiny, that you've got the speed in the car, you're tried and true, you're proven out there, but you never really let the competition get a leg up too early in the season, although we've already got two drivers locked in for the championship chase. Things could get a little bit tight coming down to the championship cutoff. When we begin the chase here, that's a little bit of a ways out to think about, but if we get multiple race winners throughout the season, you may find yourself in a must-point-your-way-in situation. If you've given up some points by missing a few races, you may have those very consistent runs, but if you don't have them enough, it's not going to be enough. Richter looking to get back to his winning ways. He's looking to make his way back through the field into a podium spot. There you can see that Pillsbury 34 trying to make his way back up through the field. Can the hamburger helper hand get a helping hand and get to the front? Meanwhile, battle begins for the second spot on the track. Dave Sanders has got it hooked up on the high side. Big run off of turn number 2. He'll look to the inside of the Hallmark. Number 12 and Mike Grandy may be sliding back to the third position when this is all said and done. Liking what he sees in his rearview mirror as he continues to build that gap now, knocking on the door of a half a second lead over Mike Grandy, who keeps that second spot for the time being. Colby Tucker gonna bring himself into the mix there. You can see him just behind that 77 of Sanders, Jeff Sharp, Koska, and Richter all right there as well. Point standings scrolling across the bottom of your screen right now. That's just 2 races in here, and there you can see already that 12-point advantage for Coleridge Fenmore over Craig Bell. There's Bell running here tonight. 14's up 7 spots. He's sitting back in the 8th position, about a second and a half off of that 34 of Tom Richter, who's holding on to the tail end of this lead pack right here. Sanders now goes up the track. That's going to open up the door for Tucker. Will Tucker be able to capitalize on that open door? No, not going to be able to do so. He'll sit in full. Lots of battles still going on all over the track. Jump back to this little field that continues to play out here tonight. That's Eric Moore on the high side, trying to make up a spot on Jason Dalton. Dalton looking to get the speed in that 22. Looking to keep the speed, I should say, down there on the bottom, but he's got some great advantage. You can see that rear bumper caved in right in the center, right where it says Camaro. Looks like somebody got into the corner maybe a little bit hotter than they wanted to. That 22 was just a victim of circumstance. Bob Robertson right there in the 78 machine. He's trying to run his car up through the field. Cole Gray sitting back in the 15th position. He's up 2 spots from where he started tonight's race. Biggest mover so far here, though, race fans. Eric Anderson, he's in positions, sitting in the 16th spot on track. Anderson right behind Cole Gray. There you can see him right there. That Wheels for Warriors USA turn 3, 43. Looking good out there tonight. Looks like he's got some speed. Keep an eye on him. Continuing his move to the front. Koska going to get by Jeff Sharp for 6th as Bob Robertson going to get up and around Cole Gray for 14th. Switch and swap that position back and forth. Touch through turn 4. Little bit of rubbing. That's just a little bit of racing right there. 24 laps into tonight's 120-lap event. Drivers already hammered down here tonight. Back to this battle now. Just in front of Cole Gray between Eric Moore and Jason Dalton. Bob Rogerson all right there running with each other. Todd Neese just out in front of Dalton right now. The 22 trying to chase him down, trying to run. A little bit bit further up through this field. Dalton sits in 12th. Fast pace here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Drivers trying to get this one in the book. Some of them got some tickets to go see Tom Jones and Wayne Newton perform at the MGM Grand, so we'll have to wait to see if some of these drivers are going to get there. Maybe they got an extra ticket. Who knows? Back to the battle between the 64 of Cody Richardson, Brian Dorsey right there. A little bit of connection issue as Dorsey blinks a time or two. So we'll head back up a little further through the field. Tom Richter, he said he needed to turn it around, and well, he's already back inside the top 5, back with the 64 of Richardson. He's been able to keep Brian Dorsey at bay. Jerry Isaacs, Patrick Stein, Tyler Beaton, Zach Shahas, all running in line right there. That's about 17th all the way through the 22nd position, all within striking distance of each other. As we're close to that quarter of the way through tonight's race, do want to take a moment to say thank you to each and every one of you race fans out there joining us here tonight, as well as to title sponsor Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. If you haven't already found them, just scroll down through the description right there on the YouTube side of things, click the hyperlink, and it'll take you right on over to their website, Wheels for Warriors USA, doing some big things for our at-risk veterans. I can't think of a better organization to support that supports the people that had our back, that fought for our freedoms, that kept us safe in unsafe times. The vets out there, much appreciated for everything that they do, everything that they go through. And Wheels for Warriors, one of the coolest organizations out there, helping at-risk veterans kind of get themselves back together, back on the right foot, heading back in the right direction, mentoring, sponsoring them, just giving them that sense of brotherhood that so many of them tend to seem like they miss or just need back in their lives in order to have some sort of normalcy. A lot of our veterans' lives have been changed over the course of the many past years with some of the things that they have been involved. And I can't think of a better way to support and help them and give them the love, support, and brotherhood that they so much need and miss while joining the civilian world and joining up with a great organization like this, Wheels for Warriors USA. Mentors an at-risk veteran, and at the end of their program, they present that veteran with a very own motorcycle of their own. And I mean, just how cool is that right there? We all know that the big motorcycle movement in the United States came from a lot of veterans coming back from overseas and needing to kind of fill a void that just wasn't there anymore now that they were back stateside. Wheels for Warriors doing everything they can to help as many as they can. Check them out. Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Watching the battle on screen unfold, Colby Tucker kind of has a traffic jam behind him. And Trevor Ryan, Jeff Sharp, Dave Robertson, Jason Dalton, as well as Tom Jones all right here. So that's from 7th on back to about 13th position on the track, 12th position, I should say. Todd Reese, last driver in this pack in that 60 Ford Mustang, the Publix Mustang. He started out in the position, or maybe inside, I should say, since Sanders took the outside for the start of the race. But he's fallen off base a little bit, and he's down 10 positions here tonight. He sits outside of your top 10 in the 12th spot. Is now the 37 of Rogerson going to get outside of Jeff Sharp. He's going to have that spot heading down the backstretch. Dalton looking to follow suit. Thank you. Thank you for that push to 2,000 subscribers. Let's not stop there. Let's go ahead and keep this thing going to 3K. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you're one of the dedicated fans, friends, family. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us, and we can't thank you enough once again. So from myself and everybody back at the Turn 3 headquarters, thank you so much for that 2,000 subscribers. But let's keep this thing going. Let's keep it cooking as these drivers keep the great racing action going. Craig Bell up inside the top 10 now. That 14 machine has gained 9 positions on the night. He's sitting just outside the top 5 in the 6th position. And we're going to head a little bit further up front because we've got some battles inside your top 3 here. Dave Sanders, Mike Grandy, Tom Richter battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th on the track. Andrew Koska in the 47, he's right there in the mix as well. Don't look now, there's that 14. Bell has found the front. We'll stay with the battle right here for the 3rd and 4th position now as Dave Sanders has been able to step away just a little bit. There you can see Finmore going by. Richter going to grab that a little bit more off of turn number 4. They'll come across the stripe this time around. Richter in a podium spot, and Craig Bell, he's going to gain some spots as well. He's going to get himself up to 4th. Side by side now, Richter to the bottom with Sanders at the top. Little drag race back into turn number 3 as Finmore continues to step away, but he's going to have some lap traffic here very soon. Make their way off of turn number 4 back across the stripe. Lap 40 now underway. What a run through the trial for the 14 of Craig Bell. He's going to go from 4th, 5th, I should say, all the way to 4th. Now looking to take that 3rd position away. Drag race with the 77 of Sanders down the backstretch, and Finmore has hit pit road, and Tom Richter has gained the race lead. Richter going to pull the pit road. The Hallmark 12 of Grandy Sr. going to come to pit road as well. Big time run to pit road, and Craig Bell going to lead a lap. 5 lead changes, 5 race leaders so far here tonight from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. What a race, what a run so far. Dave Sanders, David Rogerson, Bob Rogerson, Jeff Sharp, Cody Richardson all head to pit road. Patrick Stein, Mike Stiverson, they're going to go down to pit road. Craig Bell, Andrew Koska, Trevor Warren, Jason Dalton, Todd Neese, Colby Tucker, and Jerry Isaacs all stay out on track. Your top 7 yet to hit pit road. How long will they stretch this first green flag run out? We have been clean and green since the drop of the flag here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And oh no, Craig Bell left alone out there on the track. Only driver yet to hit pit road is this 14 of Bell. Man putting in work inside his office. There you can see Craig Bell inside of that 14 machine in the hands. Move it to pit road. He's got himself a bit of a gap back to the next driver, but it looks like this man right here, Coleridge Finmore, will get himself back to the race lead. He's back on the lead lap right now, sitting in that second position. Tom Richter back to the third spot. Randy in fourth. Trevor Ryan rounds out your top five, but Finmore should, for all intents and purposes, get himself back to the front of this field. Down and away, heading out on pit road. Craig Bell gonna try to beat that one of Finmore off and up to speed. Man, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tough. And no, Finmore going to blow the doors off of Bell as he's just now getting off pit road. Craig Bell going to lose some time to Tom Richter as well as Mike Grandy Sr. Let's take a look where Bell will reassume his race from. Looks like he'll come back out and keep the fourth position as Trevor Ryan faltered during the pit stop. He drops back a couple of seconds from Bell. Ryan sits in fifth. Second. We'll jump around the track, join some of the battles now. Dave Rogerson, Eric Anderson, Todd Neese, they're all mixed up with each other. There you can see the 88 of Cole Gray. He's battling with Paul Turner. That's 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th on the track. Anderson goes to the inside of Rogerson. Not going to quite be able to keep that spot. High side, the momentum going to pay off. And now that 60 of Neese looks to go to the outside of Anderson as well. Tom Richter, Mike Grandy Sr., they're still battling for the second position on track. They have themselves a 4.5 second advantage over Craig Bell right now. Bell lost a ton of time. Coming to pit road 4 laps later than your race leader, Coleridge Finmore. 3 laps later than the drivers battling for that second and third position, Richter and Grandy. But how about Paul Turner, man? Give that guy some shout and some love. I'm telling you what, that 4 has gained the most spots here tonight. What a run by Paul Turner. He's up 19 spots now as he's going to lose a position to the 37. Looks like Eric Anderson going to go inside as well. Anderson and Turner up 18 spots and 17 spots in tonight's race. Those two drivers have found some pace. It looks like a big undercut tried by Paul Turner. They came down to pit road back on lap number 34. That's 5 laps sooner than anybody else. And you can see the undercut really paid off until now. Those fresher tires here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway going to go a long way. And the 4 is trying to just stop the bleeding at this point in time. Bob Rogerson in the 78 going to look to the inside. He's going to look to grab that position. Turner's going to have to be careful. If he keeps fighting that, he's going to end up in the clutches of Jeff Sharp and Tyler Beeman back there in 13th and 14th. As we keep our eye on that 60 of Todd Neese, will work his way back off of turn number 4, back across the stripe. We continue green flag racing right here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Color green all night long. They're all over each other. Getting through turn number 4. They'll head back across the stripe. Begin lap 52. 51, I should say. I can't count. Tell you what, why don't we go high above the track with our turn 3 drone cam here. Keep an eye on this battle between Anderson and Neese. They continue to go at it side by side through 3 and 4. They'll head their way down out of the tri-oval back across the stripe this time by. Let's see if we can't fix some of that audio there. Do appreciate the heads up on the audio. Much appreciated there. And well, we're about halfway through tonight's race, so why don't we go ahead and do a little driver highlights and spotlights. Sitting at the front of the field, man, that has had one heck of a run, heck of a season last year, heck of a beginning to tonight's race as well, heck of a start to this season. Coleridge Fenmore, driver of the one, he sits in the top spot. He'll lead the field once again. Fenmore looking to pad his back pocket and walk away with the most laps led. Fenmore sits in first. Driver needing a good run, having a good run at a Quakertown, Pennsylvania, inside the Hamburger Helper Cheerios Pillsbury 34 machine. Tom Richter runs in second. How about the 12 Hallmark of Mike Grandy Sr. out of Fonda, New York? The 12 has been fast all night inside your top 5. He rounds out your podium positions all over the rear deck lid of Tom Richter. Mike Grandy sits in third. A little bit of a ways back on the track, but still with a fine run, up 11 positions from where he started tonight's race. The Johnson City, Tennessee native, representing T-Rex Express Colonial Riders and K-Bar and Grill. 14 looks to go around one of the back markers. That is the 22 of Jason Dalton, sitting off of the lead lap. Dalton down 3 laps at this point in time in tonight's race. Bell sits in fourth. Close right behind him, the Irwin, Pennsylvania native BC Racing Rogue Energy Astro Gaming sponsored 18 Chevy ZL1 Camaro of Trevor Ryan rounds out your top 5. Ryan up 5 positions from where he started tonight's race back in 10th. Running well here tonight through the first round of green flag pit stops. Ryan sits in 5th. Big shout out to this man. Gotta give and show him some love right here out of Panama City, Florida. Living the good life is Eric Anderson in that Wheels for Warriors Turn 3 43. He's up 15 spots here tonight. He is your biggest mover right here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. That was your halfway point. Driver highlights and spotlights. A little bit early, you know, but getting through it. We'll step back away from the track once again, try to bring you some more of the action all over this track as the 43 of Anderson looks for another spot. He's sitting in 10th, but he's looking for the 9th spot. Cole Gray in the 88 right there. Gray with really nowhere to go as Neese and Rogerson side by side off in front of him. The 60 and the 37 have been going at it lap after lap to no avail, really, just switching that spot back and forth as Zach Shahalis getting by Paul Turner. That's going to put Turner back to the 18th position now. Turner falls through the field after that very early green flag pit stop. We should see him on the pit road here in the next, I would say, about 10 laps or so. And we should see ourselves a full green flag pit cycle here in the next 15 laps. Drivers laying down some fast laps here tonight. Coleridge Fenmore leads the field. Trying to keep our eye on the track, on the different battles out there, trying to bring you all that we can. Why don't we head back here to that Rolex-sponsored 24 machine of Zach Shahalis. He's closing in on the 5 of Eric Moore. The Valvoline Chevy ZL1 Camaro looks like he's struggling a little bit through the center of the corners to keep the pace, and that's allowed that 24 of Shahalis to get his Camry right up there within striking distance. Turner gonna lose another spot on track as Patrick Stein makes his way around him. The 89 now moves up to the 18th position. Working hard to complete the pass on the bottom of the racetrack, and it looks like Shahala's going to have the spot when they hit turn number 1. Moore going to drop back to 17th. Now Shahalis takes the 16th spot away. We'll jump back to a big battle here. We've got 3 drivers all over each other. Cole Gray, Eric Anderson, and Bob Rogerson all battling for position on track. Jeff Sharp and Tyler Beeman right there in the mix as well, and they're going to have to watch out because the 51 of Jerry Isaacs, he's waiting in the background. He's going to be there very, very soon. Not much to mention at the front of the field. Coleridge Finmore still enjoys a little under a 2-second advantage over Tom Richter, who has stepped away just a little bit on Mike Grandy Sr. About a half a second separates Richter from Grandy at this point. But how about Crank Bell? He was over 5 seconds back from your third place runner. He has cut that down to just 3.3 seconds, so he's got the pace, and he is coming on those fresher tires. We'll have to wait to see if Bell can get back up there by the end of this one. What has happened to your pole sitter here tonight? Dave Sanders in the 77. Man, fallen from grace. Sanders sits all the way back in the 25th position, now off of the lead lap. As we have seen nothing but green flag racing action here tonight. A little bit of house cleaning for you here before we begin our second round of green flag pit stops. 32 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 29 out there on the track. Sean Hook, Jay Morrison, Chris Wold out of tonight's race. Not having the best start of this season is that 32 Budweiser Select Chevy ZL1 Camaro crew of Wold. He has struggled in the first 3 races, but don't count him out. That man is fast, and he's just lost a little bit of his groove. He's going to get it back, I can assure you that, and Wold will be somebody to contend with before this season is out. But back to the rundown. As we said, 32 drivers took to the grid. 29 still out there on the track, as we are now down to just 24 drivers left on the lead lap. And how about that? Chris Dean, last week's race winner at Bristol Motor Speedway. He is the last driver sitting on the lead lap in that 24th position. The 2 needs to find some speed. 91 of Tyler Beeman. Big moment right there with that 88. Almost into the side of Cole Gray, as now the 77 of Dave Rogerson. He's found a little bit of pace here. He's making some passes on some of these lead lap cars, some of the front runners just outside of your top 10. So the pace is there. Sanders just had a big moment. Speeding penalty has caught him out. The pit road police popping a few drivers here early. Oh boy, let's look at the battle brewing at the front. Over a 2-second race advantage has now dwindled down to just 9/10. Under 1 second away is Tom Richter from being able to grab that top spot again. Will it all play out under the green flag conditions, or will Richter have to snatch a lead lap under the green flag pit cycle? Once again, Colby Tucker and Todd Neese, they continue to battle for the 6th and 7th on the track. Tell you what, race fans, let's jump back and enjoy this battle on track here. Trevor Ryan in that 18, not too far off in front of them. They'll head down the backstretch and back to turn 3 and 4. What a run here tonight. Multiple drivers having some really great runs, trying to turn their seasons around, sitting outside of the top 10 for the majority of some of these front runners in the point standings, and they are now right there, right in the mix. This man, Todd Neese, came into tonight's race sitting 4th in the point standings, 18 points back from your points leader, Coleridge Finmore, who is your race leader right now. looking to try to gain some ground, but with Finmore running in front, it's going to be tough to make up those 18 points. Zach Shahalis as well as Cody Richardson, both of those drivers, 5th and 6th in the point standings. They need to have themselves a good run to try to whittle away at some of that points deficit that they already find themselves under. And I mean, it's still a long season, race fans, so don't count your favorite drivers out just yet. How about Andrew Koska? What happened to Koska? There you can see that 47. Oh, as the 64 almost has a big moment, almost into the outside wall off of turn 2. Koska was running for a top 5 position just moments ago before the green flag pit cycle. And it looks like the pit road police may have popped him as well in the box for 44 seconds. So a 30-second penalty for speeding on entry. Yes, we got the confirmation on that penalty, and speeding on entry was Koska, and he now finds himself off of the lead lap outside of the top 25. Koska sits back in 28th. We're going to jump back up to some of these battles. Here's that 91 and the 88 going at it still. Cole Gray trying to keep Tyler Beeman back behind him. Dave Sanders right there in the mix, although Sanders is off of the lead lap. The 19 of Jeff Sharp trying to close the distance, trying to get there, trying to make his way back inside the top 10. Sharp struggling just a little bit on the long run. Green flag pit stops are soon to begin once again here tonight. We're about 6 laps away from seeing those happen as Beeman finally able to make the pass on Cole Gray. Beeman gonna take the 11th spot away. Check out that timing and scoring. Check out those race leaders. We're gonna jump up to this battle. Let's watch it all unfold. Battle for the race lead. Coleridge Finmore falling back into the clutches of Tom Richter as Paul Turner and Dave Gainforth both going to head to pit road this time around. Talk about an energy drink sponsor right there. Check that out. Rowdy Energy on the hood with Monster Energy on the quarter panels. The one of Finmore. I don't think he needs anything to make him any faster. The one looking good here tonight. Looks like he's on the cusp of securing that most laps led award as Richter has closed into half a second. The battle for the race lead is underway. Richter starts to close in as they make their way off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch, closing in on that one of Finmore now. With just about 43 laps left to go in tonight's race here in Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Mike Stiverson getting by Eric Moore. That's going to be a pass for the 18th position as now Tom Richter, okie doke in Finmore this time. He's going to pull to pit road first. Richter brings the 34 down for service and tires. Finmore going to stay out on track. That's going to put Mike Grandy into the second spot while Craig Bell moves to third. Oh, and he's off the gas. He's getting out of the gas. He's coming to pit road. Finmore to pit road this time around. Mike Grandy looks to try to get to pit road. Craig Bell with a great entry to pit road. He's going to gain some time as Trevor Ryan gonna go to the top spot once again. The 7 different lead changes amongst 5 different drivers here tonight. Oh, and the 64 has trouble, and caution on the speedway. Oh no, Tom Richter caught 1 lap down. He is not in the lucky dog position. He's going to have to hope for a wave around And did that caution put Finmore, Grandy, Gray all one lap down as well? Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can go back and see what brought our first caution flag out in tonight's race. It looked like the 64 had some trouble, so we'll see if we can't see what's going on with that. Cody Richardson, there you can see that 64 with Eric Moore in contact. Moore into the outside wall and back into the 4. And oh my gosh. Ow. That is a tough lick. Let's look from the cockpit here of Richardson. There's the contact. More contact and Whew. Talk about a carnival ride right there. We'll take one more look at it, race fans. High above with the turn 3 drone cam. And that is a hard pancake for the 5 as well. Oh my gosh. 64 almost cleared that inside wall. The head and neck cancer awareness machine with some trouble here tonight. And as drivers make their way down the pit road, we'll rejoin the race live once again. There you can see everybody heading down pit road for their service. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And back trackside as the field gets double file. Back behind the iRacing Mustang pace car, lights are off. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing once again here in race number 3 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Tom Richter, talk about luck. He's going to somehow pit before the caution, and he's going to come out with the race lead. Trevor Ryan going to line up just to his outside. Todd Neese, Colby Tucker back in row 2. Pace car ready to make that left-hand turn, and we're ready to go back. Green flag racing once again. Wait for it. Here we go. Green flag flies as Richter nails the loud pedal, gets up through the gears. He'll stay side by side with Ryan out there on the outside. Todd Neese tucked in just behind them. The 96 of Colby Tucker all over David Rogerson. We're going to back up a little bit from the racetrack, see if we can't grab a little bit more of the action here for you. As they head down the backstretch, now that race lead well and true to Tom Richter. Neese and Ryan going at it for second position as Tucker, Finmore, Rogerson all going at it. There's that 43 of Eric Anderson. He's up inside the top 10. We're going to keep our eye on this battle right here, race fans. I tell you what, there's so many battles out there on the track. We're going to jump around all over the track right now. The 19 and the 9 go at it side by side for the last spot inside the top 10. There's Zach Shahalis in the 12 position. He's trying to, oh, in contact. Oh my gosh, punted across the field. My goodness. Wow, David Rogerson, big crash for Rogerson. Let's go back and take a look at that. Oh my gosh. The 37, and I believe that's the 89, get caught up with each other. Let's go back a little bit further. Isaac slow, trying to avoid all the cars. One more time. Let's see if we can't find this all happening and taking place out in front of us. There you can see it's already going down. Why don't we go back, trying to see what happened here with Dave Rogerson. Try to grab that one more time for you. And we're going to catch it a little bit late, but the 37 pounds the outside wall, comes across the track, and just absolutely cleans Brian Dorsey's clock. I believe that was Brian Dorsey. Yeah, there it is, that 9, just kind of victim of circumstance. He got absolutely just hammered. Flew all the way across the track and into pit road. That was a tough lick for that 9 as he was running really well. Big time mix up here after the restart. We'll jump back up with your race leader Tom Richter behind the iRacing pace car. And man, that was a hard lick for both Rogerson and Brian Dorsey. Man. Stein, Turner, Richardson, Dorsey, Stuyvesant, all to pit road. David Rogerson involved in our latest caution. The 37 also down on the pit road. He's been down there beating, banging, trying to fix that machine up, trying to get back out there on track and gain as many points as he can throughout tonight's race, or the remainder of tonight's race, I should say. Man, that's a... That's a hard lick, and if you're Brian Dorsey, you know, you're a little bit caught off guard right there. Everything seems to be fine, and then all of a sudden, just wham, and you're just along for the ride at that point. Once you hit the grass, the tires don't seem to work as well as they do on the pavement. And for a ride, the Ford Mustang of Brian Dorsey, he's going to be on pit road for an extended stay, I would say. And try to massage some of those quarter panels, fix up that rear bumper, and we'll see how good of a shot he has, how well the speed stays inside of that 9. Dorsey with some big-time damage. So as the Gambler 120 begins to wind on down, we'll have just 30 laps remaining when we come back around the stripe next time around. Tom Richter leads the field. He's yet to go to victory lane this season. Ken, your last year's champion walk away with his first race win of this year. We'll have to wait to see. We've only got ourselves about 30 laps remaining to find that one out. Will we see a first-time winner? Trevor Ryan, Todd Neese. Will one of these guys make their way to victory lane here tonight and grab the checkered flag and give themselves an opportunity to run for a championship later on this year with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series? Still a very long way to go next week. Talk about two gambling tracks right here in Sin City. Gambling is legal in Las Vegas, so a little bit of a gamble for these drivers out here. But how about next week? Talk about a crapshoot. Talladega Super Speedway will host race number 4 here in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. So next week, mark it down on your calendars, race fans. We're going to have ourselves a wild and crazy night down there in Talladega, Alabama. It's going to be a fun run at the restrictor plate tracks. Then we will head back to the home of NASCAR, right there just outside of the Hall of Fame in Concord, North Carolina. Charlotte Motor Speedway, my home track. Love that place. It is absolutely a wonderful racing facility. If you got yourself some time to get down to Charlotte Motor Speedway, I would suggest you do so. Great racing action, whether it's on the oval or the roval, maybe even across the street at the 4-wide Z-Max Drag Raceway, as well as the dirt track at Charlotte. Lots of great racing action all right there in Concord, North Carolina. But first, we got to finish this one out as drivers get double file. Pace car getting ready to duck back off once again, and we'll go back. Green flag racing. Tom Richter, your race leader, he's going to choose the high side. We'll have Ryan to the inside for this restart again. Mike Grandy and Todd Neese back in row 2. Finn Moore and Tucker back in row 3. Pace car ready to make the left-hand turn. Down and away it goes. Field coming right at you, waiting for the boss man to drop it once again. Wait for it on the gas, and green flag flies. Once again here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 34 gets off to a better jump this time. Not able to quite do away with that 18 by the time they get to the center of 118. Of Ryan has a little bit of the advantage, but now powering around the outside. Here comes that run from Richter. Big push by Grandy down into the corner. Finmore lined up, third car in line. Big wiggle out of Mike Grandy Sr. on that outside lane. Lots of drivers wiggling off of turn 4. Richter gonna lead that lap. Do you want to go back here? How about Craig Bell in the 14? He climbed, clawed his way up through the field. He's going to have to do it once again. 14 sitting outside of your top 10. He sits in the 15th position now as the 2 of Christopher Dean going to make his way around on the high side. How about your pole sitter, Dave Sanders? He was down off of the lead lap, and because of the caution laps, the way they fell, he was able to get himself back onto the lead lap. Can Sanders somehow fight his way back to the front? Lots of battles on the track, so we're going to jump around just a little bit here at the restart of tonight's race. The 19 going around. The 78 of David Rogerson. Now Tyler Beeman looking to work the outside as well. Dave Sanders right behind. Whoa, big moment by Crank Bell. Woo, big moment there by Bell right behind that 77 of Sanders. And Tyler Beeman, Andrew Caldwell going at it. How about Zach Shahalis? He's up on the high side. He's going to give up a little bit of ground to Eric Anderson. Jeff Sharp looks to take a spot away from Bob Rogerson. And I'm telling you, there is battles all over this track. Coleridge Finmore going to take the second spot away from Mike Grandy. There you can see Finmore and his rowdy energy monster in his rowdy monster energy? Is that how you would? Just sounds weird. Monster energy, rowdy energy. So we're gonna call it from now on. That's it. It's the rowdy monster. That's it. Big run by the Sirius XM46 of Andrew Caldwell. He's gonna look to take the spawn back away from Eric Anderson. He's gonna do so with a fair amount of ease through 3 and 4. And now here comes Shahalis on the outside. And I'm telling you, there's just so many battles out here on the track right now. It's crazy with less than 25 laps to go in tonight's race. There is no clear-cut driver with an advantage. Coleridge Finmore seeing a big advantage go away after, or during, I should say, the second round of green flag pit stops. We've seen the first caution flag fly. And Finmore has struggled to get himself back up to the top spot, sitting right now behind that 96 of Colby Tucker. Tucker going to block the bottom. A big wiggle out of Finmore. He'll go way up the track, almost into the side of Tom Richter, as now Mike Grandy Sr. takes that top spot. Lead changing amongst previous race leaders here tonight. That's going to be our 9th different lead change. 5 different race leaders with 3 cautions on the evening. Everybody makes their way off of turn number 2 and heads down the backstretch. They'll all look to get into turn 3. Out of turn 3 now they'll head to turn 4 and back across the stripe. There's the entire field going by. What a great sight and sound here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway as the drivers get set to come back around. Just 21 laps to go. No clear-cut leader at the front. Richter trying to put the power down on the high side, trying to run back down Colby Tucker and Mike Graney Sr., who is your race leader. Lots of battles back behind them. We'll jump back from the track just a little bit as Finmore now looks to the bottom of the 34 of Richter. He'll try to take the last spot in the podium away from Richter. 18 of Trevor Ryan right there. Craig Bell, he's made it back to the 7th spot. Bell looks to the outside of Jeff Sharp. He's going to grab that position away in the Colonial Riders machine. Try now to run down that Sirius XM46, and it looks like he's going to drag race with him all the way down to turn 3, advantage to the 14 of Bell. Crazy good racing action here tonight from Las Vegas Motor Speedway under the lights tonight here on the... Whoa, big moment there. Bell and Richter almost tangle. Does Richter have a tire issue? We've seen a big wiggle. Let's keep our eye on Richter for just a moment as we see a lot of drivers still side by side jockeying for position. There's Todd Neese. He's trying to go around Trevor Ryan, and 3 wide as Dave Sanders going to drop it to the bottom. They'll stick the 18 in the middle, and Sanders going to make his way back to a top 10. Here comes Eric Anderson, Chris Dean as well. Andrew Koska in the 47 machine listed off of the lead lap, but Koska running right there with these fast drivers at the front of this field. Finmore and Tucker going at it, switching and swapping that second position. Jahalis going to get by Tyler Beeman for 14th. Todd Neese now gets by Sanders for 9th. As Richter gets back around, Andrew Caldwell for 5th. A lot of different chain. Oh boy! 77 of Sanders. Who was that? I believe that may have been, and Christine's going to get put 3 wide. I believe that may have been Jeff Sharp. And yes, it was Jeff Sharp in the 77 of Dave Sanders coming together. The 19 caught the worst of it, and he has dropped a ton of positions here late in tonight's race. 17 will have just 16 to go this time by. Man, I'm telling you, there is so many battles all over this racetrack. It is not even funny. Looks like producers having trouble keeping up with all of the racing action. There you can see the 51 of Jerry Isaacs. He's going to try to make the outside work, trying to get by the Home Depot 20 of Mike Stiverson. Stuyvesant, one of those drivers that needed a solid run to turn around his race season here. Still a very long way. Oh, and contact! More contact! Oh my gosh, Crank Bell. Oh my gosh. Crank Bell was sideways on the track, and there he is right there. Punt it through the air. Let's take a look back, see what happened. Bell to the outside of Finmore, right behind the 96. Finmore contact with Bell. Drivers know where to go, just kind of piling in, trying to oh my gosh. Oh my. The 89 involved in this one. Patrick Stein involved. Crank Bell involved. Let's watch this one more time. Watch Finmore's left side tires. Right there. Car unloads up the track into Crank. Bell into the outside wall. There's the 46 catching a piece. Drivers trying to get by the 51 of Isaacs, as well as the 89 of Stein. I believe the 64 of Cody Richardson involved in this latest incident on track. My gosh, that was a hard lick for Crank Bell and that 14 crew there. You can see it. No front clip on that 14. He's going to go ahead and bring it to pit road this time around. We'll jump back up with who is leading tonight's race for the first time here tonight. That's going to give us 10 different lead changes, 6 different race leaders. But I don't think that 51's going to be able to continue much longer. You can see the smoke beginning to puff out of the back end, out of the rear of that 51. Look for Isaacs to pull to pit road this time by Cole Gray in the 88. What's he going to do? He's going to need to get himself to pit road again. He last pitted back on lap 89. What does Gray do? And with just under 15 laps to go, race fans, we're going to step away for a small commercial break. But don't worry, you won't miss any of the action. We'll be back before the green flag flies. We'll go Cyber side by side.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
promised back trackside before the green flag flies on the last 11 laps of tonight's race. Cole Gray gonna lead the field back to the green flag. He'll have the 12 of Mike Grandy to his outside. Tom Richter, Colby Tucker back in row 2. Row 3 for the restart. 18 of Trevor Ryan and Todd Neeson, the 60 on the outside row. Pace car ready to turn left. There it goes, and here we go. Set to go back green flag racing. Boss man gonna drop the green flag and back to the racing action once again. Mike Grady with a great start, jumping 3 wide. Here comes the 96 of Tucker. Tucker gonna make it 3 wide into turn 1. They'll check up in the middle. Cole Gray going backwards in the middle as Colby Tucker gonna take the top spot. Gray already now back to 5th, 6th, 7th as he's slow. Drivers trying to make their way by. 3 wide once again as Sanders goes to the outside and around. Here comes Eric Anderson on the inside. Tyler Beeman right there with him. Big battle for the top spot. Tucker has Brian and Richter all over him. Let's go back to the front. 3 wide contact. 18 Mike Grandy into the outside wall. Grandy's gonna slam the outside edge of pit road wall. My God. Ooh, we seen that hard hit by Mike Grandy Sr. and caution flag does fly. Tom Richter has the race lead. But I tell you what, race fans, let's go back see. Oh, man, I really don't want to watch this one, but let's take a look at this hard hit. On board with that 12. There you can see, there's the contact with the outside wall and just, that is a hard lick on that left front. My gosh. We'll take one more look at it here. There you can see beaten, battered, damaged already. There's the contact. The 12 gonna look to go to the outside and into the wall right across Neese's nose. Big time lick for Mike Grandy Sr. We'll have to wait to see if he's going to be relegated to pit road. We've got a few drivers out of tonight's race after our second to latest incident under caution for the 4th time here tonight. Andrew Caldwell, Bob Rogerson, Craig Bell, Patrick Stein, Cody Richardson, all involved with a caution just a little bit ago. This latest one involving a handful of drivers, but the biggest brunt goes to that 12 Hallmar machine. What a lick. Man, I tell you what, that is a hard hit on that left front. Grandy Sr. still out there on the track, still running, still turning laps, so he's going to look to finish out tonight's race, just hoping that engine can make it through. There you can see the wave by going on around. Whew. The 101 of Dave Gainforth going to get himself back onto the lead lap. That's going to leave us with just 16 drivers on the lead lap when we hit back green flag racing. 32 drivers took to tonight's starting grid here in race number 3 for Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. We have still got 22 out there on the track, 20 out there on the track, I should say, as Bradley Beeman and Andrew Koska, your latest victims, they're going to fall down through the running order. And we are down to just, like I said, those 16 drivers on the lead lap. Man, it's getting a little hot and heavy out there on the track here. As we get down to the final few laps of tonight's race, it looks like we're going to have ourselves about 5 laps to go when we go back to green flag racing. So green-white checkered attempt not underway just yet. And Jolene, if you're still out there watching, I feel the sentiment. I'm not going to say I agree, but I feel the sentiment right there. Crank with a heck of a run going here tonight. Unfortunately, some contact involving somebody else has caught him up, caught him out. And Bell going to finish outside of the top 5 for the first time this season. On a tear so far since coming back to the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series after kicking COVID's ass. Sorry. Oh, man. Kicking COVID to the curb. There you go. Let's go with that one. Heck of a job, buddy. We do enjoy you being back on the track. Tough break here tonight. Look for that 14 to be back with a vengeance when we head to Talladega next Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for E-Speed and everything Cyber Thunder. It's the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, brought to you by Wheels for Warriors USA. You can check them out at www.w4w.org. Check out all the great programs they've already completed, and check out some of the upcoming news for some of the things that are going to be happening with the Wheels for Warriors USA organization, centrally located in Lincoln, Nebraska. They can get cross-country either way, north, south, east, west, doesn't matter which way they are. They can get there, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Drivers double file back behind the iRacing pace car. That Ford Mustang will duck off this time around out of turn 4. Richter gonna have Tucker to his outside, Trevor, Ryan, and Christine right behind them. And how about the recovery by the 2 of Dean? Not that long ago, we were talking about 40 to 50 laps ago, we were talking about him kind of falling from grace, going from a hero to, don't want to call it zero, but from a race winner all the way down a lap. Now he sits 4th on the track for our latest restart. 5 to go when we drop the green flag. The boss man, Upstate Al, getting a workout here tonight in the flag stand. There goes the pace car. The outlaw KR Stolfus pulls it back down pit road, and we're set to watch the green flag fly once again on the gas and green flag racing once again here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Richter up through the gears, a little bit of a calmer restart this time. Tucker stuck on the outside there. You can see the 18 looking to go to the outside of Richter in contact. The 4 goes way up the wall. Oh my gosh, drivers slicing all over the track, looking for the air, looking for the run, as now the 18 of Ryan going to get by Richter. He's going to go back to the top spot. That's going to give us our 11th different lead change amongst 6 different drivers. Is Richter just waiting for the chance to pounce? 4 laps to go. Back to 1. Richter dives to the bottom. Richter's got the nose to the inside. Will he get the run off of turn 2? Drag race back to turn 3. 96 of Colby Tucker right there. Knees beginning to fall off just a little bit. Here comes Finmore in that one rowdy monster machine. Big move there by Nice. He's going to block the bottom. He's going to block that run as Richter takes the top spot back away. 3 laps to go. Laps to go. Still battles all over the racetrack and battles inside your top 5. Coleridge, Finmore looking for the spot. The 96 drops to the bottom. Real quick move there to block the bottom entry into turn 3. He's going to make sure that 18 of Trevor Ryan stays back there in that 3rd position, but Ryan going to have to be careful because here comes Coleridge. Finmore as popsicle sticks for your race leader, Tom Richter. He's going to try to hug that white line and keep the 96 behind him. Let's clue in on. Whoa, where'd he go? Now you see him, now you don't. Where did Colby Tucker go? A little bit of Magic Man action going on here for Tucker. He may have had some connection issues and fell from tonight's race. Nope, there he is. 96 still all over the 34 as white flag flies. Final lap here tonight in race number 3 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Richter's only got a backstretch and 2 more turns to go. Where did Tucker go? There he is. Side by side once again with that 18. Richter back to turn 3 for the final time. He'll come out of turn 4, head towards the line. Will he be able to keep that top spot? And Tom Richter gonna go to victory lane for the first time this season. Trevor Ryan and Colby Tucker round out your podium here tonight. Coleridge Finmore Kep outside of a podium. He's gonna finish back in fourth, and Eric Anderson walks away in fifth. How about that move there? Tom Richter gonna bring that 34 to victory lane for the first time this season. What a run, what a race we had here tonight, race fans. My goodness. A little bit of a craziness towards the end of tonight's race. Rash of cautions toward the end. Did see the start of this race have 2 green flag pit stops. And Richter gonna bring that 34 Pillsbury Cheerios machine to the front stretch. He's gonna burn out. He doesn't need a helping hand. He's got Hamburger Helper on board. He's gonna give the race fans a little bit of a smoke show, and we're gonna step away, get things set and ready to go for your post-race interview. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of another barn burner of a night. What a run we seen here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And man, with all of that being said, all the racing action already done and underway, or over with, I should say, why don't we see if we can't catch up and have a few words with some of our podium finishing drivers here tonight. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words with the driver that walked away in the third position here tonight inside that 96 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Colby Tucker, it's Dave. You got your ears on?
Yep.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after a solid run here tonight under the lights?
Yeah, I feel good. Felt like I had a shot at winning that race, but unfortunately some internet issues didn't help that situation out. So I'll take a P3.
Well, I'm looking at some of the driver information here for all the fans at home, and you say you've got nothing special, but you got a podium, man. That's something special, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, we had ourselves a little bit of a crazy one last week at the finish, or coming to the finish at Bristol. A little bit of a crazy one coming to the finish here tonight at Las Vegas. Do you expect to see the same when we hit Talladega next week?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's Talladega, it's plate racing, it's always crazy there, so
Well,
I
Cole,
expect it to be exciting, though.
oh, I'm for sure it's gonna be exciting. I mean, just like Bristol. I mean, it's Talladega, man. There's gonna be excitement. We're gonna have drivers all over the place. Hopefully not on their lids, but things happen, things of that nature. I do believe, though, Colby, this is the first time visit for you up here in the post race interviews. So congratulations on your first interview with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. How you liking the season? How you liking the cars?
I like it. I've always felt comfortable in the Cup cars compared to the Xfinity and trucks, so this is more in my skill range, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to see you run the rest of the season. Hopefully, we can catch up with you a few more times in these post-race interviews. So before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home in the shop on that 96?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the boys for building a good race car today, and thank you to Madsen Racing and Wheels for Warriors for sponsoring this season for us.
All right. Well, Colby, again, my man, congratulations on the first podium of the year, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you again later on throughout the year.
Yeah, hoping to put in a couple of wins. So.
All right, there you have it from first-time podium finisher out of Salisbury, Maryland, getting the job done, walking away in the third position here tonight. That's going to go to that 96 of Colby Tucker. That's going to go ahead and move us right along to this man right here on screen. It looks like we do got the cameras back down track side. So there you can see that's the 18 of Trevor Ryan. Want to give a big shout out to this driver, though, real quick. Once again, in that bad weather 96, Colby Tucker walks away in third. We'll jump back to our second place driver here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the driver inside of that 18 machine, Trevor Ryan. It's Dave. You got me?
Loud and clear, Dave.
Hey, loud is always true, huh?
You got that right.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, man, you walked away with second place here tonight. Real close at the end there. How was the car for you all night, and how many more laps do you think you needed?
The car felt pretty good all night. We had real nice long run speed. It was hard to pass, so you'd end up getting into like kind of stalemates with guys. But that caution in the middle during the green flag pit stops really helped us cycle up to the front. And that last restart, I cleared Tom, but I just slid too high up into the next turn. He got back under me. I don't know if I really had anything for him there at the very end.
Well, the very end, it was a little bit of an eventful end. Let's just call it that. Last week, we seen an eventful end at Bristol Motor Speedway. What's your thoughts as we get ready to go to one of the biggest and craziest races that we'll see all year, a restrictor plate race, Talladega Super Speedway? What's your thoughts on next week?
I think next week's going to be a great show. I know everybody's really tightening up and we're getting comfortable around each other at the start of the new season, and I think next week's going to be a killer race.
Well, killer in the sense of good. I hope nobody gets killed out there on the track, because Talladega can cause a lot of chaos and carnage. But want to look forward to the rest of the year with you. How comfortable are you inside of that 18, and how many more times do you think you're going to have a shot at walking away with a checkered flag so close here tonight?
I feel like we have a really good package here at all the mile and a halfs, and I feel like you're going to see me up front a lot this season, but I just need to work on just a little bit more pace to get up here and really contend.
Well, I think you've got some good pace in there that showed here tonight. A lot of these mile and a half tracks and are up through the schedule. So I do expect that we'll see you back in the post race interviews once again at some point in time throughout the season. So Trevor, with that being said, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight, walking away second from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home in PA?
I would just like to say thank you to Wheels for Warriors USA for putting on this great league, being our title sponsor. Also to all the guys here at Cyber Thunder. We all know how to race and have a great time. And also to you, Dave, for broadcasting this event.
Well, we do appreciate the kind words. I know the sponsors and the rest of the admin teams and the officials here in Cyber Thunder appreciate the kind words. And Trevor, we look forward to catching up with you again a little bit later on throughout the year. Maybe next week you can improve that one more spot and we can talk to you in Victory Lane.
Sounds like a plan to me. You'll be seeing me soon.
All right, there you have it. Thinks he's a little short on speed, but thinks he can walk away with some more podium finishes here this season. What a run by the driver inside that Rogue Energy BC Racing Astro Gaming 18 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Trevor Ryan walks away in second. And as he pulls off, we're going to go ahead and pull the cameras back to this man right here, walking away with the checkered flag with the top spot for the first time this season. Last year's season champion, finally into victory lane. Tom Richter, it's Dave. You got your ears on, bud?
Dave, man, I got my ears on. How you doing? It's been a while.
It has been a while. I mean, what, couple weeks at least?
Yeah, I missed the first race last week, or 2 weeks ago, and didn't have the greatest run at Bristol, so we got to go back to June, July, whenever we finished our previous season.
Well, you finished the previous season at in the best spot you can. You walked away with the championship trophy, walking away with the checkered flag and a trophy here tonight. How good does it feel to pretty much secure yourself at a shot at chasing after a championship later on this year? Go for back-to-back.
I don't know, Dave. That's a tall order. There's a lot of competition. I mean, you saw it tonight. This race could have gone any way on the last couple of restarts, or that first caution during the middle of the pit stops put Coleridge kind of in a bad spot on a restart, and it was tough to pass here tonight. There's a lot of competition. I don't know if we're going to go back to back on it, but we were in a big hole coming into tonight on the points, so this definitely gives us the boost that we need.
Absolutely. I'd have to agree with that. A little bit behind the eight ball with missing the first race of the season, but this is going to help you climb out, dig out of that one just a little bit. But you talked about the caution flag flying kind of right there in the middle of those green flag pit stops. You had just came down pit road. What went through your mind when you seen that caution flag fly? Did you think your race may have been over?
So I said a lot of things when that caution flag came out, because I wasn't sure how we were going to cycle, right? So Coleridge had previously pitted on 39, so I figured that he was probably going to pit on 78. So I tried 77, thinking I can short him on one, right? And as soon as I'm coming out of the pits, I see the caution flag. I don't know where the leader is. I don't even know who the leader is at this point. I guess it was still Coleridge, but I thought he was coming down. I don't know. First time we cycled by, I was a lap down. The scoring got sorted out, and we were tail end the lead pack, and then the rest of the field came down. And then, to my amazement, somehow we wound up as the leader for the following restart.
Yeah, it's not too often that you can pull the rabbit out of the hat, so to speak, there with getting caught during a green flag pit stop the way that you and the 34 crew did. But hey, fell in your lap, fell right where you needed to. You were able to keep that top spot away from a few drivers. But I want to talk about the last restart real quick, though. You gave up that top spot with about 3 to go, where you just kind of were you trying to. I'm trying to find the right way to say it. Were you setting it up, basically setting that pass up to where it was going to be real hard for anybody to take that top spot back away in that last lap?
No, there was no setting up. That was actually well, I guess if I say it like that, maybe you can say it was setting him up. But I thought that I wanted the top side because I had raced a couple of other people on the top and was able to hold the top. And then we go down into turn 3, and Trevor pulls a car and a half length on me, and I'm like, uh-oh, I gotta find daylight underneath this car and get this thing back on the white line. So that was my original plan, and then we quickly went to plan B, and then I think coming out of 2 on the next corner, I was able to rip the white line. I don't know if he was pushing up or if I don't know. There was daylight under his car, and we were side by side into 3 for the next one.
Well, Tom, I want to congratulate you on the first win of the year here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I believe it's the first podium this season as well, so kicking it off the right way up here in the post-race interviews. Heck of a job, my man. Before we let you go and enjoy tonight's race win, you know the deal, you know the drill. Thank yous, love yous, shout-outs.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. First off, Jesse, Craig, and the entire team over at Wheels for Warriors USA, doing amazing things for amazing folks and an amazing cause. If you haven't already checked them out, they're the reason that we're able to be out here looking good. You're the man making it look good. But big tip of the hat to Jesse and Craig over at Wheels for Warriors USA for stepping up and coming back for season number 2 of the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Dave, Chris, and Crank, the admin team that we have here, couldn't ask for a better group of friends to do it with, and the dedication that they have here really sets us apart. All the drivers coming out on a Thursday night. And finally, I'm looking over here in the Discord chat. Chris has already given me fits. Christine, he says, I hope your cats are happy. So I got to give a shout out to my man Lucky, my main man Lucky. He's sitting over here. We're going to go celebrate. I don't know what we're going to celebrate with, but we're going to go enjoy the rest of our evening.
All right, Tom. Well, just don't share the fancy feast, okay? Just leave that for him, okay?
I'll try.
All right, my man. Again, congratulations on the first win of the season, and we look forward to seeing you back in victory lane, back in the post-race interviews later on throughout the year. So, my man, enjoy.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy your night.
All right, there you have it. Driver inside of that 34 Pillsbury Hamburger Helper Cheerios 34 machine, straight out of Quakertown, Pennsylvania, kicking it with the Cats. Tom Richter walks away with the checkered flag for the first time here this season in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. And that's going to do it. That's pretty much going to be the end of the post-race interviews. We'll jump back high above the track as all the racing action is already done and over with. Everything done and underway. Man, what a run. What a crazy finish. We're going to probably be in store for another crazy finish next week at Talladega Super Speedway. Keep it marked down on your calendar. Going to be a crazy restrictor plate night down there in Alabama, so I can't wait to see what happens and how all of that goes down. But, great racing finishes here already this season. I'm not sure how we're gonna top these ones. Although these drivers will try week in, week out. You hear the familiar tunes and sounds in the background. So let's go ahead and run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the checkered flag back to victory lane. Last season's defending champion, the 34 of Tom Richter. 18 of Trevor Ryan going to come home in second. Third place belongs to Colby Tucker. Coleridge Fenmore going to slot home in fourth, while rounding out the top 5, the 43 of Eric Anderson. Todd Neese back in sixth. Andrew Koska walking away in seventh. Eighth place tonight belongs to the 2 of Chris Dean. Dave Sanders, your pole sitter, back in 9th. 10th place to Zach Shahalis. Cole Gray back in 11th. 12th place tonight to Tyler Beeman. Mike Stuyvesant going to bring the Home Depot 20 machine home in 13th, while the 101 of Dave Gainforth walks away in 14th. Rounding out your top 15, the 22 of Jason Dalton. 4 of Paul Turner going to walk away in 16th. 17th tonight to Scott Crouch. Bradley Beeman Back in 18th, 19th tonight from Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the Wheels for Warriors Pro Cup Series is Eric Moore. 51 of Jerry Isaacs going to slot home in 20th, 21st of Mike Grandy Sr., Bob Rogerson back in 22nd. 23rd tonight belongs to the 46 of Andrew Caldwell. 24th to Brian Dorsey. Crank Bell after big trouble in a punt across the field, across the track, I should say. Bell going to pilot the 14 home to a 25th spot. Jeff Sharp walks away from the track back in 26th, 27th, belongs to Patrick Stein. Cody Richardson parks the 64 home in the 28th position. 29th tonight to Dave Rogerson. Chris Wold has trouble in the Budweiser Select 32. Wold walks away in 30th. 31st to Jay Morrison. Sean Hook rounds out the running order here tonight in that 188 machine. Tough night for a handful of drivers. You can see them all listed down off of the lead lap, multiple laps down. Carnage and chaos ensued towards the later parts of tonight's race. We may see some carnage and chaos next week at Talladega Super Speedway. But what a night indeed, and as always, continue that push. Drop these drivers the thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. Big shout-out to Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Scroll down to the description, click the link, head on over to Wheels for Warriors USA, and well, as always, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.